All right, let's see what we got here. I guess we clocked in. Hey, man, I'm just having one of those days, man. It's like the day when you wake up and then you just gotta talk. That's how I'm feeling today. So, lucky for you, you know what I'm saying? I'm feeling this way. But anyway, listen, to give is to receive. That's what we do here. So, if this is your first time here, welcome. It's definitely a great pleasure having you here. I go by the name of Lespri, and what we do in this channel pretty much to give is to receive. So I use a lot of quotes, and to help you. The purpose is to help you to elevate. And those quotes I call them the power of words. So to me, a lot of times people talk about the power of words in terms of your intention behind a word, and all of that is nice. All of that is nice. It's cute. But what I'm referring to personally here, it's how words are being used and being put together to illustrate a greater awareness. That's what I call the power of words. In other words, when you see things like, okay, poetry, um, let's just say quotes, you know, they are structured a different way. I mean, they are not the same poetry or lyrics, however, or you choose to label them. But the one thing they all have in common is that it's how things are being said. And the power of words now, it's just unbelievable because it tells you things, and the way it tells you things, it pretty much grab your attention in a way that you have no power over it. I mean, you never read a quote, and the minute you see it, it bypass your conscious mind. And this is what I'm talking about. And that's why I always tell people, listen, man, knowledge is wisdom, regardless of where you come from. The word association and all of it, it's saying things in a way that you can't even really like break down. I mean, like that's why we say what's understood doesn't have to be explained. And this is gonna be another one of those quotes. So the reality of what I'm gonna be talking about, I mean, I'm just gonna dance around it because it's already. I mean, I'm feeling that way anyway. Because you can only get it if you get it. But anyway, to making a long story short, so that's what we do here. We understand the power of words in this channel. I mean, I also have another channel, just so you guys know, where I delve a lot more into spirituality. And ultimately, this is all spiritual anyway. This is all spiritual. So, I mean, everything is mental. Once you understand that, then, that's when you become spiritual now. Then you understand there's other things. But anyway, check out that other channel if interested. But that's what we do there. But here, I mean, it's ultimately the same thing. But, I wanted to do something different. And if there's any shortcuts in life, that's probably the only one in terms of, for you to have an aha moment. Otherwise, I mean, we all going through the freaking experience. And the wise ones, that's why we, the priests, the wise ones, we understand the power of words. And not just the meaning of a word objectively, but how words is being put together, and I know for me, it does certain things to me. Like it when I hear certain things, oh my God, like, and this is going to be another one of those too. And after reading that one, in fact, it made me feel a certain way, and this is why I'm here. But ultimately, man, each one teach one. Listen, this is the land of the lost, you know, and we're here to give sights because we are the seers. You know what I mean? Those seers that they talk about is us. So come get your medicine. But anyway, so okay, the most obvious, being a spiritual healer, we use quotes, to help you to become Christ-like or Buddha-like. So now let's delve right into it. In fact, let me see, because I need to say all of it. So I got this quote, and just so you guys know, wisdom is wisdom, regardless of where it comes from. Like I always tell people, one truth does not hurt another truth. Let me say that again. One truth does not hurt another truth. That's why for me, wisdom is wisdom, regardless of where it comes from. It doesn't matter if it's Buddhist. It doesn't matter if it's voodoo. It doesn't matter if it's true. It's true. And when you understand that, that's why you'll see every, let's just say, different religion, they all embrace Jesus. Why would you not? And that's why I always tell people Christianity, on the other hand, they're the ones with the agenda to get you to change who you are. They're not adding to who you are. It's a big difference. But anyway, and we're saying this out of love. And in fact, shit, I use Christianity. Oh, shit, I am him. To help you to resurrect, you know, to the true you. And that's what the whole resurrection is all about. But anyway, so, another disclaimer, I guess, but most importantly, all wisdom is wisdom, baby. It doesn't take away from you. So, anyway, so I got this one from a fucking Buddhist uh, uh, perspective, right? So they say, the guy said, a student once said, when I was a Buddhist, it drove my parents crazy. But when I am Buddha, nobody's upset at all. Oh my God. Man, listen, when I tell you that spoke to my soul, I mean, and here's something else too with those quotes. They bypass your conscious mind and get right into you. And like I said, like I tell people, if there's one shortcut, that's the only one. But you're still gonna have to wake up to it. Of course, you would have to digest it. I mean, go through the process. But this is the shortest way for you to get an aha moment and elevate. So that's why I always encourage people, yo, get into your quotes, man. Get the good words, get the wisdom. Try to unpack them because they're full of wisdom. Especially this shit here I just read. Oh my motherfucking god. We're gonna get into it, man. So, man, there's so much that's being said here. Again, I'm gonna just dance around it because I don't think, like, if it's understood, like, there's nothing. I mean, I'm just gonna talk some shit, to be honest. What I'm saying? So, the first thing for you to look at here, when I was a Buddhist, and then when I am Buddha, man. So, like, the words has to be made flesh, like I always tell you guys. The purpose of you having knowledge is to become wise. Otherwise, how useful is knowledge to you? And how would it even help you? So again, I'm just gonna do my best to unpack so many different things that's being said here because it's honestly it's too much for me. It's way too much for me. But anyway, so let's talk about it, right? So when I was a Buddhist, everybody was. I mean, he's saying that his parents went crazy, because at that point there's something you looking to prove. I know early on in my journey, and as depending on where you are now, you just want to save everybody. You ain't doing nothing wrong, baby. Just so you know that. Now the only difference is now what I'm doing here, I'm doing it for me, and for those who are meant to hear it. Because I have to be. Listen, I got to do my community service, man. I mean, my service is to you, the universe. You know, I mean, the fuck, and that's exactly what we're doing, man. Bringing you, giving you this good word, because that's why I always tell people, this is my reward. Don't worry about it. I'm good. I already got it. I found my treasure. But anyway, like I said, I mean, man, let's, let me sip on my little thing. You know what I'm saying? Mm, let's get into it. Man, there's so much that's being said, and that's what you see when you understand or you become the knowledge. Your whole perspective changes. So this is also showing you not just a reflection of who you are in terms of when he was a Buddhist, then he becomes Buddha. His out, I mean, his surrounding changes. You can only go as far as you go, and that's when you understand that. That's why you are the way. You are the way. You are the Alpha and Omega. You are the beginning and the end. You are the student and the teacher. Man, listen. That's why the key, you have to embrace you. But anyway, I mean, there's so much that's being said in here. It's like I almost feel like it's not even fair to make a statement like that. you know, because this is packed with wisdom, even for you to even get to understand what this is saying. It's like it's a whole lot. It's a whole lot when you become that. So again, the whole purpose of knowledge is for you to become wise. I mean, do you go to school to be stupid? Like, what the fuck? It doesn't make sense, man. You don't go to school to be stupid. So the purpose is to apply the knowledge. Otherwise, you know what I'm saying? I mean, shit. Really? You know what I'm saying? It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. So, man, again, looking at, when he was a Buddhist, he was saying that because he was adhering to certain principles. And again, this is the path that we all must go through. And this is why the Bible or the sacred text is there for. Those are the manuals, the script, for you, your guide. When you read a story about Job, Job is all of us, or Joseph. I mean, it's a particular story, but depending on what experiences that you're going through.